Hey guys, I'm Becky.
I'm Charlie.
And welcome back to Two Prices in a Pod. So what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to give you the 411, a little more about us.
Mm-hmm. Well, more like I was thinking like maybe we should tell them, because we did an intro video and we covered, the basics, but I kind of wanted to delve in like more about like our story, how we met. I kind of want to get into our wedding, talk about our honeymoon, things like that. Although I have shared our parts of our wedding journey and our honeymoon on my channel, but just to talk about it and maybe a little bit about our background, who we are, and now who we are. Even though we've talked about that, but like our family, different things like that, to kind of get to know us a little bit better before we talk about a whole bunch of different topics. So did you want to start off and tell everyone kind of like the backstory of how we ended up running into each other, or do you want me to go first? Kind of like you start, I finish, or I start, you finish?
Well, mixed match. Well, there was this one day that I decided to go out to Ocean City to, waste some time. I had my...
Well, hold on, you said waste some time. Excuse me, but okay. You were there to waste... Okay.
Want another story? I'm telling you a story.
You were there to waste time.
Waste some time. I had a friend from I had a camera from a good friend of mine. I like taking pictures, as we've said before, I believe. I like the ocean because it's no bugs. The ocean sounds nice, and Ocean City is a decent enough spot. So I was looking at what to take a picture of, and then I saw this girl who was also there taking pictures, and I was like, you know what? Let me try my luck and walk up and say hi.
I'm sorry, I know you're being sweet and everything, like how, you were taking pictures because the ocean is very relaxing. But you said there's no bugs. I don't think you've ever actually been to the beach when there actually is bugs. When the wind's blowing a certain way, there's beach flies, and they're terrible. So that's why you always check the forecast before you go to the beach. But I guess you weren't aware, but during that time of year, there weren't any bugs to me. That's what you're thinking about. But yeah, I was there. I had my DSLR camera, and you have a DSLR camera, and I was taking different photos. You were there to take some photos. You kind of walked up, said, what kind of, I don't know why you would say this, because obviously we were both in the same place taking the same type of pictures.
Listen, you can be there taking pictures of the ocean, taking pictures of the people, taking pictures of the sand, trying to look for crabs or oysters or all different things. So
I'm not even gonna, you just said something else. We're trying to keep this not squeaky clean, but I'm not even gonna roll with what you said. I think if you're reading between the lines there, anyway, so it's a beautiful story. And then of course there's the truth of what actually happened. We were not at the beach. We did actually visit the beach at some point when we started hanging out. But we were both on one of those dating websites, one of the free ones, because, wow, we're both cheap. we weren't paying for that.
You're not cheap. We were both broke.
Well, yeah, no, I was broke. I was unemployed. I was unemployed. You were
employed, and
Oh yeah, you didn't make a lot then at all. You had the basic. What was that minimum wage? $7.25. You were maybe a little bit above minimum wage. You were still living at home. I was still living at home. And anyway, we were on a free dating website. I'm not even gonna go into that. Let's just say most of the people on that website that I myself encountered. I'm not saying that obviously online is a place that you can meet somebody. But I didn't have very much good luck. Now you just pointed to your ring, and
Nobody had to know. You had to point that out.
But if you're pointing to yours, like my eyes would be drawn if I'm watching this right now to my ring, which is not on at the moment because my fingers swell. There's been weight gain and such since we've been married. Anyway, but through my experience, I had a few people message me and there wasn't much of a conversation going on. It was either that or it was somebody just looking for a good time. And it was either somebody saying some, we'll just say, provocative things, or sending me pictures of things that I will not mention. I said mention right now in this video.
Just say Jersey Shore voice.
No, it wasn't even that. The person that I'm talking about, I do remember they were actually not from New Jersey.
Some people will get that reference.
I know. I get what you mean, but just not very much luck. And then you message me at first, just by like, because it's hard when you're online. You're basically like just looking at like a photo, a couple words of what somebody says about themselves. I feel like when you meet somebody in an organic way, it's a lot. You get a better feel of the person. So, like the initial impression I had of you online wasn't like a bad impression, but you just didn't seem like somebody like I would maybe go for, but you actually sat down and you had looked at what I said on my profile. You saw that I like to take pictures. You did too. And you actually asked me what kind of pictures I'd like to take. And that opened up the conversation into photography, what kind of photos we both like to take, where we go to take photos. We talked for, I want to say, like a few weeks back and forth through like text messaging and things like that. And then we decided to meet. And it was, we're shooting this the last day in January, this one. And depending on the timing, this actually might come out around like the day that you actually messaged me the first time, which would be 13 years ago this year. And then a couple weeks later, we met, and it just, it went from there. It wasn't something that was like an instant, well, it wasn't like this, like, oh my God, like, you know, like how you see in the movie kind of thing. But you were somebody that when we met in person, definitely you were somebody that I could talk to for a few hours. We sat there, we actually met in person at a Denny's, and yeah, we talked for about 3 hours. We both had our friends texting us saying, you okay? Like, you good? Because, you know, they knew we were meeting somebody online. It turns out, like, we were both raised. I can't say it right now.
Similarly, but the short version
you didn't
is
say it right either. I don't know.
When we met,
Yeah.
Becky's friends were just making sure, like, I wasn't a serial killer. My friends just say, like, hey, how'd it go? And then we had a long period of friendship, and we kept moving forward. Fast
forward to 2023, we got married. So 10 years after we met, we got married. And there's a lot of stuff in between, but we don't have to go into those details. But that's our origin. You know how people say like certain words like Caribbean, basement, cellar. Like, I don't know, like
when
water,
I hear water. Origin, I think of original crispy chicken. Or origin is like the beginning of something. So origin, it sounds like it's in forgetting null, like original. Origin.
Yeah. But that's our story of how we met. So hopefully this was not over 10 minutes, because that's the limit we're on, I think, right now. Maybe we can go over a couple minutes. I don't know. But we hope you enjoyed this podcast discussion.
Same thing.
Tomato. You know what? We're going to have to do that's a future topic, how you say certain words. And like, well, because people in certain parts of the country say stuff a certain way. And well, I have my way. And you have your way, and it's okay to say it your way, but both of us can't be as right as I am. So anyway, we hope you enjoyed this one, and check back again for more fun, more fun videos where we share a little bit about us, and then some future topics. See you in the next one.